Hey there, guys and girls. So, long time no see. Haven't done any videos in a while. Just haven't gotten around to doing it. But here's one for you right now. So I went and got some coins today. What you see is what I got, and I'm gonna go over some of the things I got today. And this is kind of gonna be like a little bit of a gift, me showing off what I got and what I particularly look for uh, when I go, just because a lot of people have been watching the videos, commenting and stuff, and I appreciate that. It shows me that people actually pay attention. They go out and do this as well. But these are some of my little treasures that I found. So here's some of the half dollars. All right there. Walking Liberty is my favorite half dollar, favorite coin really. So I go for those quite a bit. As you can see, I mean, I've got quite a bit today. I think there's like a 20 or so there, roughly. I try to aim for the, early ones. So like in the 20s or earlier. Sometimes in the 30s are okay too. And also any that have like a really good condition on them. This one right here, let's see if we can see it. It's been cleaned, but I mean, as far as wear goes, it's got some very little wear there on the middle part of the body, which is pretty common. Straight ahead there, the line, but and then a little bit there on the eagle's breast, which is pretty common spot for it to start the wear. But overall, it's a pretty good condition coin. So when I'm paying junk silver prices for these, I mean, I'll get one like that, no problem. And I also picked up. I usually don't get Franklins, but this Franklin was in. It's pretty shiny, pretty nice condition. This has not been cleaned. This is just the condition it's in. It's got a few spots on it. Look like a little, almost like burn marks on it. But I mean, again, for junk silver prices, I'll pick these up. And then of course the early ones here. A lot of these are 1917. I got some 1920s in there. A few 30s. And this is typically, when you see them, this is typically the kind of condition you're going to see. I mean, it's pretty worn. That's pretty common for the condition wise. But again, we're not paying, coin shop prices for these. We're paying, what I find, basically junk silver prices in a big tub when I go through and look for certain coins and whatnot. Because I'm buying as much junk silver as I can, but at the same time, I'm kind of picking and choosing which ones I buy. I mean, if I didn't care what I was buying, I'd just take a handful and be done with it. But I am having some say so in which ones I'm buying, and I would suggest you do the same. But buying it by the handful is good too. A lot of people do that. A lot of people don't have time to just sit there and pick each one out, so they just buy the handfuls. And here's the Standing Liberty quarters. It's probably my second favorite coin here. So I always try to pick these up if I can see the dates. In the video here, we're probably not going to be able to see the date. Maybe at the bottom of the coin there. Hard to see. That's usually what you see here is about the condition you're generally going to find them. A lot of times you'll see that the date will be rubbed off, and that's because the first of the series from like, what was it, 1916, I believe, 1916 to 1924, the date was raised. The little platform where she's standing on top of here was raised, and the date was printed on top of that platform. So that was like the first thing that got rubbed off is the date. But then at 1925 to 1930, they actually made like a little groove where she's standing and put the date within that groove, so that it wears off much less. But still, it's pretty common that these dates get worn off on these. But if it was me, which we're talking about me right now, I tend to stay away from the ones that don't have a date. I do have quite a bit of them. If I can get them for the right price, I'll just buy them. But I try to stay away as much as possible from those. And some Barber quarters. The condition you're going to find these usually is going to be to where the Liberty head there is pretty much flattened. You won't be able to see the Liberty words on there, or the reef there on the head. But and you'll see some wear around the back, the reverse of the coin, around the rim, usually, in the flattened eagle. That's typically the condition you're going to find. If you can find any other condition besides that, man, buy them up, because it's an old coin. This is, I believe this is the first of the series right here. I found a 1892 today, so that was kind of cool. What else? So I usually don't get Jefferson dimes, but if I can find a proof one, like this one right here, I will definitely get it. Sorry if the camera doesn't make the coin look as beautiful as it is, but it's an iPhone, and it's about as best as we can get for what we're working with here. And I got some Barber dimes, a couple like I would call them semi-key dates in there. And again, typically what you're going to see with pretty much any Barber, quarters, half dollars, whatever, is a flattened figure. I did find a 1900 one here, and it's got a little bit of the headgear on there, and you can just sort of start making out the words Liberty on the head. Probably hard to tell again in this video, but believe me, honestly, I wouldn't lie to you, it's there. And I usually, again, I don't get Washington quarters too much because it's just not collectible, has like the standing Liberties. But again, if I can find them in these conditions right here, these looks like I got a proof, or maybe a proof like right here, and then two that are in pretty nice condition here. And I picked this one up because this is a 1932, which was the first quarter, Washington quarter, the year that they produced them, the first one. If I found a 1932 D, I'd be much happier than this P that I found, but I'll still pick these 1932s up. You know, it's the first year of it, why not? And, oh, and what I think is the best find that I got today. Let's see how much of this we can see. Probably not much. So this is a seated Liberty dime, 1876, I believe. So I love to find these seated Liberties because those are early. But when I got this, I picked it up and I was like, oh cool, seated Liberty dime in a junk box, so I'm paying junk prices for them, so like a little bit over $1 I paid for this. So I was happy to see that. But then I turned it over, and at first I was a little saddened because this is something I'm not used to, and I'll show you what happened. I found this, and at first I'm like, man, this thing's been all like chewed up. But then I got to looking at it, I'm like, man, it's not chewed up though. Something's on there. It's weird. You probably can't really see the detail that much in the video, but there's quite a bit of detail in this coin. The rim has detail in it. The actual coin face itself, or well, reverse in this case, has a lot of detail. But I started researching this thing and I found out it's what they call a love token. So basically what that is back 100 years ago, 100 plus years ago, they would take these coins and they'd bring them to like a jeweler or some artisan or somebody that was handy, and they would carve these little etchings into the coin for, you know, their loved one, as a gift, as a memento, whatever. This one right here has the initials P, H, and J, and in what order those go, there's no telling, but could be JPH, who knows. But it's very cool to find one of those, and come to find out they're quite collectible themselves. And some people, you know, look for these in particular. So that was really neat to find. So make sure you keep your eyes out if you find something like that, thinking it's just, you know, graffiti on a coin. It's actually could be quite collectible. But yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna end this video. I'm gonna go put all this stuff away, sort it out like I do, and make room for more stuff. Hope you enjoy. Keep on subscribing. I'll bring more stuff to you. Let me know if there's certain things that you guys want to see or that you don't want to see. Alright, thanks.